Here we are, final week of university, not in general, just before the Christmas holidays. It's all going well. I handed in an essay today, 2 minutes before the deadline. That's what I call cutting it close. So as I've been promising for a while, today's video is going to be the Q&A. And with no time to waste, straight into the questions. Julian VDV, and I'm interested, is that a play on DVD? I'm not sure. Anyway, Julian asks, what was your dream when you were a child? When I was very young, like less than 11 years old, I wanted to grow up to be a footballer. But that was quite a common dream job for all British boys at that age. And then that kind of shifted into acting and being an actor and being in films. And then that kind of shifted into being behind the camera and writing and directing films, and at the moment there's a bit of a muddle. Right now there's so much I'd love to do in my future in the realm of the film and television industry, but I'd love to do so much. I'd love to be on camera, I'd love to be behind camera, I'd love to write, there's so much great stuff in the film and television industry that interests me that I would love to be a part of it in almost any shape or form. But something I've always kind of secretly loved is the idea of being an astronaut. I have such a fascination with space travel and the stars and space in general that I'd love the chance to go up into space. I think it's mind-blowing, I really do. I think space travel, space exploration, the universe, stars, I think it's absolutely mind-blowing. Moving on, Vanessa P asks, what's your favourite class you took so far? And congratulations on 2,000 subscribers, great video as always. Thank you very much, Vanessa, and yes, I didn't actually mention it, the milestone of 2,000 subscribers, but while I'm here, thank you very much for subscribing. 2,000 subscribers is fantastic. But to answer the actual question, what's my favourite class I took so far, that's a tricky one. Here at university, my course is divided into two equal parts. There's the practical side and the theory side. So the theory side is like lectures of film history and critical analysis of films and television shows, while the practical side is things like creating documentaries and fiction films and TV studio productions. Probably my favourite thing I've done so far here at university is the TV studio production. And that's because I was fortunate enough to be one of the people actually on camera, so that was really enjoyable. And to have, because we shot it in our TV studio here at the university, and so it's like a 3-camera setup, everybody's got headsets on, it looks really professional, and it was great fun. Aaron Kumar asked, please reply with a list of your favourite movies. And I actually did reply as a comment, but I'm gonna give you a very fast list right now. The Prestige, Inception, Monsters Inc., The Social Network, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, Interstellar, The Judge, Back to the Future 1 and 2, the entire Dark Knight trilogy, The Green Mile, Due Date, Stranger Than Fiction, Alien, A Few Good Men, Inside Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Dead Poet Society, Pacific Rim, Seven, District 9, Master and Commander, Independence Day, Inside Out, Iron Man 3, Monsters University, The Wolf of Wall Street, Twister, 22 Jump Street, and Zombieland. That's gonna take so long to edit. Winchester67 asks, do you like the show Supernatural? I've only heard about it. I've never actually seen it or kind of know what it's about, so I'm not sure. Joe Arlzel1 asks, my question, what should I put as my question? Now for those of you who don't know, Joe Arlzel is one of my friends called Joe who is in a lot of my videos, and this is the kind of terrible banter I expect from him. So sorry Joe, can't help you there. I don't know what your question should be. Mason Moore asks, what are some of the places on your travel bucket list? In a video back in November, I actually referenced a list of places I want to go to before I kick the bucket. I have it here, so I'll read them out. I really want to go to Machu Picchu down in Peru, also the Amazon rainforest, Antarctica, because I want to touch all of the continents, and that's the only one left, I think. Madagascar, I also want to go to. India, I really want to go to. Tokyo as well. Easter Island, which is the island out in the Pacific with the big heads things. I want to go see those. Pyramids of Giza as well, I want to go to Egypt. I also want to go to kind of like Nepal and in the foothills of the Himalayas where there's those really great communities and towns that are kind of living on the side of the mountains. And another trip I really want to do is get a couple of mates, fly to Miami, buy like a beat up, broken down $400 convertible, and then drive it to LA. I think that'd be so much fun, and just do like a road trip across the US. I'd love to do that so much. That'd be great fun. Another question from Mason Moore. What is your favourite game and your favourite console? My favourite game is Just Cause 2. Now, Just Cause 3 has just come out and I've only played about half an hour of it, so Just Cause 2 still remains my favourite game, but that might change before the end of the year. Just Cause 2 is fantastic. It's so much fun. It's just the most fun I've ever had playing a game. And that's saying something because it's single player. And my favorite console is the PlayStation 2. To this day, hands down, the greatest console ever made. I played countless hours on the PS2 in my childhood. Whether it was by myself or with my brother or with friends, it's such a great console, so much fun, and I loved it, and I still do. And occasionally, like once every 2 or 3 months, I brush off the dust and play a game of something, and I love it so much. It's such a great console, so much fun. If you haven't ever played a PS2, try. It's fantastic, it's great, it's brilliant. I love it so much. Today's final question comes from Olivia, and Olivia asks, would you rather never be able to watch an episode of Friends again, or never be able to watch a Christopher Nolan film again? That is a tricky question. Now this is gonna make me sound like an emotionless robot, but I'm gonna work this out statistically and mathematically. Because, you know, I love both those things so much. Friends is perhaps my favorite TV show, Christopher Nolan is my favorite director, and a lot of his films are some of my favorite films, including The Prestige, which, if you haven't heard, is my favorite film of all time. So I can't pick, but what I can do is logically work out which one can give me more time of entertainment, if that makes sense. So, bear with me. So there are 236 Friends episodes. Yes, I know that off the top of my head. Don't judge me. And so each one being 22 minutes long, that is 5,192 minutes of entertainment. So there's that. So Nolan's 9 films equal 1,228 minutes. However, he's still creating films, which I have to take into account. With that said, I don't think Christopher Nolan's ever gonna make enough films to match the running time of all the Friends episodes. But I've seen the Friends episodes a lot more than I've seen the Christopher Nolan films. This is really tricky. And another thing to consider is when the new Christopher Nolan film comes out and I wouldn't be able to watch it. But Friends is so good. It's so heartwarming and wonderful. That's so tough. I wasn't expecting it to be this tough. Oh my days, I can't. There are other sitcoms apart from Friends. No, well, there's not any sitcom like Friends though. No, no idea. I'm going to say never watch a Friends episode again, because I have seen them all plenty of times, and Christopher Nolan is still making films. Meanwhile, Friends, if they did a Friends reunion. Yeah, never watch a Friends episode again, although that was a very difficult question. Ooh, the sunlight has disappeared. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. That's all the questions for this time. If you want to submit a question for the next Q&A, feel free to leave your questions in the comment section. You're watching the Having a Video series. That's where I post a video every single day throughout December, up until the 25th. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. That didn't go down as much as I'd hoped. See you tomorrow.